Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Welcome everybody to the latest episode of Boss Talks, and I think we're getting pretty close to episode 40, Kristine. I don't know about what the exact number is. I only know when I have a look at our subscriptions there. But hey, if this is the first time you've ever listened to us, welcome. And we're going to give you the good news and the bad news. The good news is you are in for a treat. You're going to learn stuff that's going to make you infinitely more successful, and it doesn't cost you any money. But here's the bad news: it's not free. All we ask is if you find value in what we're speaking about today and what we're teaching you, because this is what we use every day. This isn't just some guru saying one thing and doing another. We actually apply this every day of our lives, and we get consistent growth. And anyone that uses this knowledge will actually get the same. So if you want to grow in life, use this. And if you use it, all we ask is that you share it. If you find value in this, please share it. We're across all the social media. We're across all the main podcast sites, iTunes, we're on YouTube, and you can find us anywhere there. And look, if you want to see our beautiful faces, you need to get on YouTube, look for Boss Talks. And I have the amazing Kristine here today. And today we've decided to really just wake you up and shake you up, and actually like something that really makes it challenging on your way to success is like trying to ignore seeing other people and thinking that, wow, they never get frustrated. They never have hurdles. They never have obstacles. And that's just not true. We want to just preempt the fact and like inoculate you against the fact that you think it's going to be an easy ride, a smooth ride. It's not. You are going to get frustrated. And today we want to share with you how to find gratitude in frustration. So Kristine, welcome to the show. What have you got to say for us?
Oh, mate, this is a massive topic, and it's something that I never used to do, and I didn't even know what gratitude was. However, being and immersing myself in self-development, personal growth, I have learned that it all comes back to gratitude. And the research suggests that if you can live and practice gratitude, you're going to live a happier life. And a lot of people say to me, Kristine, you're so positive all the time. You're always happy. And you're right, Joe. A lot of people think that we don't get frustrated or we don't have things happening to us in life, but we do. But we're emotionally intelligent enough to look for the lessons and not just focus on what it is that we don't want. We actually focus on what it is that we do want. And if a situation is frustrating me, I have some key questions that I ask myself, but I also take a moment to reflect. Why am I feeling this way? Why has this come up? How would I want the situation to be different? Because let me tell you, like in every situation, we're both benefiting. There's pros and cons, basically, to every situation. Let's say that someone has been really rude and abrupt and treating you really unfairly. There's pros to that. There's good things that come out of that, because that in that situation, you're having to draw on traits of strength and resilience and courage, and which you wouldn't have had to draw on had this person not attacked you. So there's so many amazing ways to practice gratitude. But for me, Joel, feeling frustration, I think people try and suppress feelings of frustration. We try to avoid it, but it's a natural part of life. We're humans, okay? There's things in life that frustrate us. And a practice that someone got me to do recently was write down all the things in life that annoy me. And I was kind of like, oh, but I'm such a positive person. Well, it means I have to get a little bit negative here. And it didn't feel good, but I'm kind of like, oh, well, the school system kind of frustrates me a bit, and the way they don't teach kids, financials and blah, blah, blah. So that was one. This politician kind of annoys me because I feel like they're, so there are little frustrations that we kind of if you're living in a blissful state, which I feel like I'm doing most of the time, I don't notice these little frustrations as much. But if you're living in a depressive state and a state of poor me and a victim mentality, then you tend to focus more on the frustrations and less on gratitude. And I'm here to tell you today, guys, I am living proof. And the research shows that if you want to live a more blissful life, it all comes back to gratitude, doesn't it, Joel? And I know you're the same. You live a more grateful life, but it's because you've done the internal work to get there.
Yeah, well, hopefully, just on a side note, I'm not on the list of things that annoy you. I probably am.
Not today.
But yeah, absolutely. And look, like I want to cast people's mind back to the last time you had a massive win, like when you really like got a goal or something huge happened. And I want you to think what was happening maybe the week or the day or even a couple of hours before you got that goal or had that win. Chances are you were bloody frustrated. That's why I get excited, because I've noticed that the pattern is you go to work on a goal, and just when you get the height of your frustration, it means that your mind's looking for the last little domino it needs to tip over for the whole thing to fall into place. And you know what's so crazy is the majority of people, that's where they give up. And that's why people suck at getting goals. And why people like you and I, like who have been lucky enough to either be told or practice or worked on it, or in my case, are too stupid to give up, too stubborn to give up, just keep going. And then we seem to be getting goals and it all seems to be easy for us. But what we've done is, like what you said, is like we've learned how to deal with the frustration and see that, the universe is only going to send you challenges that you can overcome, and is always looking to help you get onto the path to your highest true self. And, like I hear a lot, like if Bill Gates came along to me and said, Joel, here's $1 billion company for you to look after, I would be broke most likely in 6 months. I would completely be out of my depth. That doesn't mean that one day I'm not going to run $1 billion company, but I've got a lot of frustration that's going to give me the lessons and the strength and the fortitude to be able to handle the gifts that are coming to me. So the frustration is a gift in my book. Like I was super frustrated through my years in my businesses. I'm frustrated continually in certain things that I do in my other multiple businesses, and like I just let it slide for a little while, and then I'm like, okay, what have I got to learn? Because this is not an empowering state to live in, but it's just the universe shaking me and saying, hey, this is the last bit you need to learn. And then you often get the goal. So you have the breakthroughs right after frustration. But well, I'm curious, Kristine, in the past, like before you were living proof, like how did you learn? How did you go from, letting frustration get to you and maybe knock you off the path to actually getting to where you are today, where you're just like, okay, well, I'm not letting that stop me. I'm going to keep going and, once again, making it look easy.
Yeah, I think it's because I stopped with the pseudo gratitude, and I don't know if our listeners are aware of this, but you pseudo gratitude, like I've got a gratitude book here, right? You can pick these up for our viewers that are watching. Pick these up from Kmart for a couple of dollars. And these books are great because at least they direct your focus to positive things and, remind you of all the positive in your life, which is what I was doing, Joel. But, my mum had taught me from a young age, look for the positive in everything and everyone. Doesn't matter how bad someone is, there's some positives in there. And I've always done that. I've always looked for the positive. So having that upbringing, but then doing the self-development, I stopped just at the pseudo gratitude level. Like, it's great that I've got arms. It's great that I've got, a heart that's beating. It's great that I've got a roof over my head, but I want to be grateful for the events that haven't happened yet. And this is where you can start to broadcast your gratitude. And I want to teach our listeners today, how do you broadcast gratitude? Doesn't gratitude just come from things that have already happened? No, You can be so grateful for the vision and the future that you're creating that you can actually create that reality that hasn't even happened yet. How cool is that? And that's where, you know, getting on that, frequently tuning into that frequency is how you broadcast that gratitude, and that's how you bring about what you think about. So I'm gonna share with people, Joel, it starts with a vision. When I've done lots of tours, speaking tours and things and like that, and when I ask people, what does it really want? What is it that you really want in life? I don't get much of what they really want. I get a lot of lists of what they don't want. Oh, I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be in a bad relationship. I don't want to be in a shitty job. Like, they tell me the don'ts. Stop focusing on the don'ts and get down to the nitty gritty. What do you actually want? What's going to set your soul on fire? What is going to pull at your heartstrings and give you the vision and the purpose in life to go after what you want? So number one, you've got to have the vision. You've got to see what you want. You've got to visualize it, see it. My listeners have heard this before. There is a house on the Gold Coast that is in my vision. I have visualized myself sitting on that porch. I jogged there every day when I lived on the Gold Coast. I saw myself, I saw the kids bouncing on the trampoline, playing basketball in the back, all the family gatherings, the team gatherings. You know, I visualized myself in that house, okay? And then I've had tears of gratitude come down because it's become such a reality in my mind, in my visualization, that it's only a matter of time now before that event catches up to me. Honestly, I feel like they've built that house for me, you know, and it matches really exactly the house that has been on my vision board for years, which is an old Queenslander with a veranda all around, you know, the white picket fence. Someone built this house on the beach on the Gold Coast. So I feel like they've built it for me. So there's the vision, guys, okay? So I'm giving you an example how you can transfer this into your life. Then you have to match the feeling of gratitude to make it congruent with the vision. Does that make sense, Joel? So this is where we're going to start bringing in our senses. So what can I hear when I'm sitting on the porch of that veranda of that house? What can I see? What can I feel? What can I touch? What can I taste? I can taste the salty air. I can hear the waves crashing. I can hear the kids giggling, but jumping on the trampoline. I can hear the barbecue sizzling. All this, I'm sitting there visualizing myself on the swinging chair, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I'm matching the feeling of gratitude because I've had the tears. I'm so grateful for what has happened in order for me to create that vision. And then what I've done is I've broadcasted it. I've increased the intensity by visiting that home every day, by getting selfies of myself out the front of it, by acting as if it's mine. Like I will drive down that street as if I'm driving into the driveway. So I'm making the broadcast more intense. And then you've got to increase the frequency. Like, how frequently are you broadcasting that? I can't just have that one visualization and never think about it again, guys. That's not how it works. Now I have to have frequent visualizations. I have to put in the actions to make that vision become a reality as well. And then what you do is you put a request out to the universe and you ask for a sign. You ask for an unpredictable sign that you are moving in the right direction, that you are, that your broadcasting is working. So aside from the house, like, something that you could do is maybe you need, like, a bill's come in and you need $385.75 to pay that bill, right? So the vision is you visualize that bill's paid, you feel amazing, you feel great, you feel proud, you've pulled it off. You match the feeling of gratitude, how you're going to feel because you've actually achieved it. You had no idea how you're going to pay that bill, and now all of a sudden it's paid off and you feel relief and you've got tears of joy because you know how good it feels to have that weight off your shoulders. Then you're broadcasting and you're increasing the intensity, the manifestation of it. You know, you're visualizing that money coming in. And then you make a request to the universe and you go, like, so I'm not mad, and I want a sign. I want an unpredictable sign that what I'm doing is the right thing. I'm on the right path, and you'll get a sign. A check might roll in for the exact amount, or you might have two people give you money, or you might find some money. Like, something will happen on your path to getting that, and you'll go, oh my God, that's a sign. That's a sign that I am doing the right thing. And that's what the universe does, doesn't it, Joel? It sends us opportunities all the time. It sends us signs all the time, but are we taking notice? And this is how gratitude works, guys. Don't just be grateful for the things that you have, be grateful for the things that are coming.
That's amazing. And look, for those that need to hear some more convincing, because that may have sounded, in the past, that would have sounded like really spacey for me. And I can assure you that it's true. I believe it 100%. What Kristine just said, that will activate your reticular activating system. And I can tell you, the mind, the conscious mind, has only got a certain bandwidth, and it's measured approximately around the 126, 128 bits of information that it can process. Now, there is like different studies that show that there's 4 million, like 40 million, like, can you imagine? Think of it like this. If I handed you 200 toothpicks or 128 toothpicks, I could hand that to you every second, right? And you could probably do something with it, right? But if I threw 4 million toothpicks at you every second, there's no way you could handle it. It'd be 1 second, you'd be done. You'd be overloaded, you'd be overwhelmed. Now, this is why we do this podcast, because you can control how you think and feel. You can actually change your filters if you work at it, right? So what we said at the beginning was like, what are you focusing on? If you're focusing on negativity, your mind is just going to keep looking for negativity. But that process that Kristine just shared with us is getting your brain to focus on looking for the answers to solve the problem. And your mind hates unanswered questions. So if you keep on asking it great questions like, what has to happen for me to get my Queenslander on the beach? What has to happen? What do I need to know? What do I need to learn? It's going to go looking for that. But if Kristine is sitting there saying, oh, I'm not going to get this, or why don't I have it? Why don't I have it? Why don't I have it? She's going to find that answer. She hasn't, and then once she's found that answer, the brain just doesn't need to do it anymore. Or if you're making a statement like, oh, this is too hard, your brain will just go, okay. And anyone that knows me knows that I'm a big fan of Andy Frisella and Ed Milet, and you can go listen to their podcast or listen to them speak, and the most hardcore entrepreneur on the planet just about, which is Andy Frisella, believes in visualization. In fact, so much so that the second part of the 75 Hard, his next 30-day challenge, has 10 minutes per day of visualization. And he says, if you want a Lamborghini, you best be feeling that stitching on the seats. You need to visualize it that powerfully. Visualize what your life's going to be like, who's going to be in the car with you, who's going to be, and then work out what the critical task is. Ask your mind what the critical task is that needs to happen today for you to get that, and it will answer you. And it doesn't need to be make 700 sales calls. It could be, look, you just need to go down to Starbucks for a coffee. Because how do you know that the guy that can open the door to getting an opportunity to get that Lamborghini isn't at Starbucks today? So don't use it as an excuse, but do you see how crazy this can be? If you just listen to what the universe is saying to you, listen to the vibration, because we speak in words, the vibration, the universe and what you want comes through frequency. So guys, listen to what Kristine said, rewind it and listen to it, write it down and apply it. And you're going to see some crazy things happen if you apply it consciously and over time. You just watch.
I love that, Joel. And it is all about directing your focus. If you don't direct your focus through visualization, through goals, projects, whatever, you're flying blind through life. And life is going to steal your focus. It's going to distract you. It is going to keep you in your comfort zone. That's what our body is designed to do. But you need to know that your mind is in control. You need to direct your focus and your energy vibrate higher. Exactly what Joel said. It's all vibrations, all energy. So instead of sitting in your little pity party and looking at the lack of, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough friends, I don't have the right job, it's my boss's fault, it's my husband's fault, it's my kid's fault. wherever you are at in life, it's fucking perfect, guys. It is perfect. You are exactly where you need to be to get the lessons, to evolve in the person you need to be to go to that next level. Now, for me, I actually come from a place of, like, when a bill rocks in, this never used to happen, Joel. Like, honestly, when bills rocked in, I would get this whole disgusting, negative, stressed feel. I could feel it in my body. I could feel it in my blood and bones. Like, when a bill rolled in and that stress took over, because I'm thinking, how am I going to pay that? Like, this is insane, you know?
Was that frustration? And what did that teach you?
It was total frustration. You know what I was frustrated at? That I'd worked my entire life, my entire ass off, my whole life working, and I had nothing to show for it. And here I was still struggling with bills and paying bills.
Sending you that frustration to make you make a change, hey?
Exactly. I had to grow. I had to step up. I had
grateful for those bills.
Yeah, I became grateful and thankful for the bills because I always found a way to pay them.
So it works.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Listeners should see how that works. And Kristine's remained grateful to this day. You're still grateful, hey?
I'm so grateful. I'm grateful. There's nothing about my past that I'm not grateful for. Yes, I've made mistakes. Yes, I don't have regrets, but I'm grateful for the experiences. And every experience, good or bad, we attach something to it. We attach a positive or a negative to it. And we seem to think that we can only feel one way at the time. But I've had horrendous things happen to me in life, and I've been able to go back with a heart full of gratitude and love and compassion and go, you know what? I'm a much better person because of that experience. I'm so grateful. I wouldn't change a thing about it. I'm talking like things from abuse to all sorts of stuff. So if I can come from gratitude and move on and move forward and stop reliving my past, which is what a lot of people do, they love just keep going over, don't they? It's like a broken record, living in that past, bringing up that one thing that happened way back then, or making people pay for their mistakes over and over and over and over again. Like, that's not healthy for anybody. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for them. So gratitude is where it's at, guys. I hope you get that from today. But those voids, those frustrations, you know what it did for me, Joel? It led to my values. It allowed me to work out, well, what are my values? What do I stand for? Who am I? Like, what's important to me? And then that in turn became my destiny. So from the frustration to the values to the destiny, the purpose. Now I know the path that I'm meant to be on. I know where I'm going. I've created my mission statement for my future. And in my mission statement, all the amazing experiences that I'm going to have in my physical form, all the experiences my family are going to have. And it feels so bloody amazing to be in the driver's seat of that. Like, how cool is that? Rather than just flying by the seat of your pants and just dealing with life as it comes up, you can take control, guys. You can actually start creating the reality, that masterpiece life that you want to create, simply by practicing gratitude. And it doesn't get much more complex than that, does it, Joel?
It's so simple. Like, gratitude is creation. It's just that it's just, at its simplest form. It's that simple. That's how it is. And you know, it's just been in front of our face through the entire time the human race has been around. Really, you can go back to books like The Science of Getting Rich. You can even look at the Bible. You know, when you see Jesus healing people, he doesn't like heal them and then say thank you, does he? He says thank you for the power for healing this person, or whatever, you know, what he says. Like, I'm paraphrasing, but it's literally showing you how to do it. It's in front of us everywhere. And we get programmed to ignore it. So I'm really simple. I just think, well, I've got two choices here. I can be like low vibe and feeling sorry for myself, pity party. And what does that even do? It just makes everyone around you feel the same way, or you lose friends that are important to you, because no one wants to be around a sad sack, right? Yeah, shit's going to happen. Like, Kristine and myself are going to have bad days. They're coming. There's something's going to happen that's not going to be awesome. And like, I actually want to correct myself there. We're still going to find a way to make that day awesome. the bad day that's coming, we're still going to find a way to make that awesome. Because in Keurig Ashley's book, How Would Love Respond? The key is at the end. He says he gets there and he's got all these balls that represent days, and he has to like put them either in the good day or bad day basket. And Keurig says, well, like, it's a trick question because there are no such things as bad days. And you've seen what that guy, like, if you've read the book, if you haven't, read the book. I have many times, and you'll see life from a different perspective. You want gratitude, read that book and see what happens at the end. Like, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but like, far out, like, no bad days. Just decide that they're not existent. Like a story, right? There's a tribe out in the jungle that doesn't have a word for lost. So they are never lost. So if you just delete the word, like the sentence bad day, how can you even experience it if it doesn't exist? Just delete the bad day. Like, oh my God, like, I hope whoever I speak to, and it's probably Kristine, and actually I hope Kristine doesn't do it, but if I go up to people and say I've had a bad day, I hope I get slapped. Because seriously, what right does someone in a Western country have to say they've had a bad day? You know, I know things happen and that's going to trigger people, but come on. Google what's happening around the world and realize that our bad days, people would swap in a second to have our worst day. So, I don't know, rant over.
Oh, I love that. And I'm going to share a story with you. One of my personal trainers on the Gold Coast, shout out to Blake Morrison at BMF Crew. He had a bad start to a day a couple of years ago when he was training me, and he rocked up to our class at 9 o'clock, I think it was. And he told me what happened. I was like, oh my God, is it just one of those days? And his reaction was, no, it's not. That's happened. And now I'm here and I'm moving on. Like, he let it affect him for like a second. And then he was like, no, that's not going to ruin my day. That all comes down to attitude, guys. You know, like, we can let these things hold us back. We can sit in them, but that's not serving us and it's not serving the people around us. You know, you vibrating at a low level is not just impacting you, it's affecting your kids, your partner, your friends, your work colleagues. You're bringing everybody else's vibration down because you're being miserable in a sad sack because you're sitting in the frustration and not doing anything about it. The universe, everything in the universe is always evolving. It's always growing. It's always moving. We are designed to evolve. If you're not evolving, you're dissolving. Okay. If you're not growing, you're dying. So look at the frustration and ask yourself some key questions. I'm going to give you some key questions when these frustrations come up. You know, the first question is, what lessons did that experience teach me? Or what lesson did this experience teach me? What am I getting from this? Can I find ways to be thankful even though I wasn't thankful at the time? What am I thankful for in hindsight now? Looking back, what can I be thankful for? What can I be grateful for? What ability or what trait did that experience draw out of me? Yeah. Like the power is in the questions. Honestly, you've got to ask more empowering questions. How am I now more the person I want to be because of that frustration, because of that event, that experience that I experienced? And how have my negative feelings about the experience limited or prevented my ability in feeling gratitude in the time since it occurred? So, you know, like, you've got to start, everyone goes through negative experiences, right? We all have negative feelings and we all have these frustrations, but as time goes on, how can we look back and then go, okay, well, at the time I felt really frustrated, I felt really negative, I felt really depressed about that, but looking back, that was actually a blessing. That was a freaking massive lesson for me, and I'm a better person for it. I'm a better mum, or I'm a better whatever. Like, I had to draw on traits in that moment that I wouldn't have had to draw on had I not gone through that frustrating time. So this is what life is about, guys. Like, constantly looking for the lessons and the positivity and the gratitude and the things to be thankful for. And at the end of the day, this is what I know. People just want to feel loved. People just want to feel like they're enough. They want to feel that connection. So don't be in the 20% of families that are not sitting around a table at night time, having dinner, feeling connected, feeling love, telling each other that they're worthy, sharing what are you grateful for today. This is such a simple practice. Get around the dinner table, go around the circle and go, what can we be thankful for today? What was your favorite part and what did we get wrong? That last question is so important. What did we get wrong? Because you know what? It teaches us not to be perfect. It teaches us to look for the lessons. It teaches us, oh, I got that wrong. How could I do it better next time? You know, it opens up so much discussion around the dinner table for evolving and for having that attitude of gratitude, you know, and it's such a great gift to pass on to your children. And there's a lot of gratitude books and things you can get out there for kids as well, so they can start getting into the habit of gratitude as well. So yeah, lots of lessons and tips there, Joel.
That question's so powerful because they spend all day at school getting told that making a mistake is bad, that teamwork is bad because that's called cheating. Big red pen out and cross it, and you know, if they don't pass, they're stupid. And you know, I know they sugarcoat it, but like they in schools now, but come on, the kids still feel it. They know what it is, you know. And then you go out into the world in the real world where, and they're ill-equipped to make mistakes. They're so frightened of making mistakes. I know that was, you know, me for so long. Now I try, like, I wished if I could go back and talk to my younger self, it would be make more mistakes and make them faster. Just go and make heaps. It's okay. No one actually gives a shit if you make a mistake. So yeah, so there's that. And I guess what it really comes down to, people, is like, did you have a bad day or did you have a bad 5 minutes and you let it ruin your whole day? You know, was it just one bad thing? Did you give something meaning that didn't have any meaning? Like, you know, I can, like Vicky and I, my wife and I, we're doing a lot of marketing now, and we're building a lot of, you know, sales funnels. We're building digital marketing. We're doing that. It's an evolution of our business, right? And I don't know, like she was staying up a bit later than me, and I was trying to get some sleep, and I got frustrated. And you know, I came out of the bedroom and like had my 5 minute little, well, wouldn't even mean, would have been 30 seconds of like, just, this is how I'm feeling. I just got it out. And like Vicky, or when she's frustrated and coming back at me, I could give that the incorrect meaning and let it ruin my day. She could have let that ruin a day or the rest of the night because it was like bloody late. But you know, sometimes you just got to go, I'm just not going to grab onto that. That's someone else's frustration. If Vicky had grabbed onto that, that would have been her taking on my frustration, which it wasn't mine anymore because I just let it out. And she just went, okay, just let it go off into the lake, and that was it. So, you know, don't take on other people's frustration. When you're frustrated, it really just means you're just about to have a breakthrough. So I celebrate. I'm like, yes, I'm frustrated. I'm about to work something out. And just, guys, try your best, have fun, and follow through, and you'll win. That's it. That's it for me.
Love it. Microphone drop.
We done?
We're done. I love what you said there, though, about going back and teaching your younger self, like, make mistakes, make them faster. Like, honestly, how often do we wait for things to be perfect, the perfect conditions, the perfect business plan, the perfect, you know, kid, like, we are always striving for perfect, and it doesn't exist. Actually, the imperfections are what make it perfect. So don't try and control everything. And as Joel said, don't let someone else's frustration ruin your day as well. How many times do we lower each other's vibration because we go and bitch and moan about what's not working in our life or what's frustrating us, and now you've just poured all your frustration onto someone else, lowered their vibration, and now they're taking that on as well. So don't be that person. You know, take some self-responsibility, live above the line, stop blaming, shaming, and justifying, and just go out there and live a more blissful life. And the way to do that is to live a grateful life. So go and practice gratitude.
Practice gratitude, and we would be so grateful if you would share this. We would be so grateful if you left comments in the comment section below. If you gave us, if you found this valuable, how about a 5-star rating? Let's get us off the top of like, yeah, we haven't been asking for that, but hey, this was such a cracker. I think it's time. So look, like share it. Sharing's caring. Someone needs to hear this. If you know someone who's frustrated or, you know, might need to get a bit more gratitude in their life, and I'm going to give you a tip. There's a way to share this with your loved ones without getting yourself in trouble. Be careful, but hey, let us be the messenger, because the messenger always gets shot, don't they? So be careful. But look, guys, share this. Leave us a comment, and if you guys are feeling frustrated, then celebrate. And look, don't do it on your own. If you need our help, reach out to us. Find us on social media, Kristine Drummond, Joel Lord, and start talking to us. Say, hey, I heard your podcast and it was amazing. Or, hey, I don't agree with you with that. Well, hey, this is our opinion. This is how we see the world. If you see it a different way, let us know. If you're awesome, you might end up on the podcast. I don't know. We're crazy like that.
That would be amazing. And thanks to all our regular listeners, because, yeah, we've got a bit of a fan club, and they message us and they let us know what their takeaways are, and we love it. We love getting that feedback, in the information, the inspiration that you guys are getting. So keep that rolling in. But thanks again, Joel. You're outstanding. I love this podcast. It's such an important topic, and we just hope this has brought a smile to your day and got you thinking about things a little bit differently and how you handle those frustrations in your life. So thanks, everyone.
Have a most outstanding day.
Damn. Yeah.